Have a roll call of the members by the superintendent, reading of the school board prayer by Mr. Jack Washington, and the leading of the Pledge of Allegiance tonight by Mr. Honore Lewis.
Mr. Lewis?
Here, here.
Barak? Here. Ms. Bhutan?
Throw the
Ms.
curve
Bambi?
at you.
Here.
Mr. Jack? Ms. Cooney? Madam Secretary, we have a quorum. Madam President, we have a quorum. I don't have my list again.
That's it.
God, our Father, we thank you once again for another day's journey. We thank you for this night, God, that you allowed us to come and congregate in this place. We ask, God, for your guidance and your wisdom to guide us through this meeting, that we might have meaningful discussion, that will benefit our community, benefit our schools, benefit our children, and all of this parish. We ask, oh God, tonight that you look down upon us as we come together tonight. We pray, God, for all of our children who are now on vacation. We ask that you would cover them with your precious blood. We pray, Lord God, that you would keep them safe in all that they do and every place that they go. And God, we're going to give you the praise for the many wonderful things that you've already done for us. And God, we're going to give you the glory, the honor, and praise in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To agenda, A, adoption of the agenda. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Barris. Second by Ms. Orso. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 3, consent agenda. A, minutes of May 21st school board meeting. I need a motion. Moved by Mr. Washington. Second by Ms. Bhutan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? B, minutes of May 21st, 2025 Finance Committee meeting. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Orso. Second by Ms. Bhutan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? C, adoption of the consent agenda.
Madam President, if it's so, in order, I move that we adopt a consent agenda as it is presented.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Any opposed? 4, reports and recognition. A, receive administrative personnel report. We all have a copy to review in our folders. B, recognize Grow Assumption cohort members for meeting certification requirements during the 2024-2025 school year and cohort members on track to meet certification requirements.
Thank you, Madam President. I am super excited. This is really our first year of implementation. I know we started a while back of growing our own in Assumption Parish. I think one of the best things initiatives that we created was the Grow Your Own, because what it does for us is it gives us an opportunity to reinvest in our community, reinvest in our people, but also in the same time, those people now will be working in your school system and supporting the children of Assumption Parish. And also, obviously, we're helping them become better teachers, certified, and contributing to overall system as a whole. We have a lot of great people in this program, and we are pleased to announce that we have some candidates who have completed the program, but also we have some candidates that are moving through. So at this time, Ms. Brandy is going to kind of give us a breakdown. She's going to first give us an overview and just give us a breakdown of our program.
Good evening, everyone. As Dr. B said, this is the finishing of our first full year. The Grow Assumption and I Teach agreement, all of that started before me, but we really had a full year of working with the individuals and monitoring and kind of helping people along. And so with the pathways, we have 2 pathways, and y'all have a sheet in your folder. It kind of breaks it down for some of the verbiage I'll talk about. But we had 2 pathways for individuals who wanted to be a certified teacher. It's our non-degreed pathway, which is a partnership we have with Reach University, which helps staff earn a 4-year degree to be certified. And then we have our degreed non-certified path, which are individuals that have a 4-year bachelor's degree. They enroll in iTeach, and they could choose other alternative certification programs if they so choose, but we have an agreement with iTeach. And then what happens is once they enroll, they pass their first 3 courses, 5100 to 5300, and then they take their content praxis. And then at that point, when they've done both of those successfully, they qualify for their plan of study. And so basically, it's a paper that they give to their principal. They identify a mentor on campus. We sign saying that we secure a position for the next year for them to do their field experiences. And so they have a full year of field experiences, 2 semesters. And then at that point, before they start their field experiences, they get their practitioner's license. And so that's what the state considers the first level of certification. It's similar to a resident teacher license, because whether you're a resident going through the traditional format or this, you do a full year of teaching with observations. And so that's what our practitioner's license is. So we have some candidates tonight who are on their practitioner's license, who just have to finish the teaching and observing part. And then we have some who, after the 2 semesters of field experiences, you move to a level 1 certification. And then that is what you would come out of a traditional program with, your level 1. And then after that, you maintain that through observations. So we wanted to, Dr. B, like he said, we wanted to recognize, we started the year with about 36 individuals that were in our program. And just through attrition, some leave, they choose to leave on their own. But we're really excited because and it's summertime, which is why they don't have, a lot of people responded, they're on vacation or their children are playing recreational sports in the afternoon. But we invited 18 people tonight that were either at the PL, the level 1 status, or close to getting the practitioner's license to be recognized. And then we actually have 12 more individuals who aren't quite at this stage yet, but they're working on courses, they're working on passing their tests. So this school year, we're able to actually bring back 30 of our individuals who started with us, and they will continue with us in teaching roles. So we were excited about that. Tonight, we would like to recognize those who were able to come. We do have Ms. Brittany Dewey. Come on up. Gonna put them on the spot. She is in the plan of study eligibility level, and so she's really close to that last class. And the good thing is our State Department's working pretty fast with certificates, so at the beginning of the year, we're hoping she'll be on her PL. We then have Ms. Brooke Bergeron. She is on her plan of study part as well, so she's completed her classes and her praxis test. Right there. We have Mr. Ben Woods. He has earned his level 1 certificate. He finished the program, and the good thing for all of these individuals, they agree to stay with us for 3 years. So hopefully they just stay because it is their home. And Ms. Billy Grow, she is at her practitioner's level. She's on her practitioner's level, and then the next step will be level 1. All right, and like I said, y'all come this way. We did have more individuals that were on our list. Very proud of all of them, and a huge shout out to Ms. Ria. Worked a lot with our individuals, the school-based mentors, the school-based administrators. They are instrumental. I see heads shaking as I said school-based mentors, and even just the community, probably y'all can attest to that, might not have been my mentor on paper, but everybody's jumping in to help. So I did say in my email to them, would anybody like to speak on any of it?
Just to say what you said to me.
Come on up.
It was just amazing how we would all help each other. We're all in it together. I mean, I can Can go from texting you to texting my field instructor person. It's just an amazing program.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to say anything? Okay. All right, thank you. Let's give them a round.
And just to be clear, Ms. Brandy, the state recognizes what level as certificated?
The practitioner's level is considered to be the first level of certification.
So in the eyes of the state, that is a certified teacher, as well as the level 1?
Yes.
Okay.
And then another key part to this too, and the district has been doing this, the CTTIE program. The high school, Miss Jessica's instrumental in that part, but we've been putting our CTTIE individuals through the new instructor courses.
Could you explain CTTIE, people?
Career technical, I don't know what all of the names.
Our career tech ed teachers.
There you go, career tech ed. And so those individuals have, the district has paid for them to go through trainings, and you get your provisional license. The first step is like your TAT certificate. You get your provisional license, and then you go through the trainings, and then you get your level 1. You don't have to have a traditional teaching certificate, but the state gives you a level 1. And we are proud to say too, that's a lot of hard work for those individuals because they take their courses, they're proficient in their craft, and we will have 3 individuals who are going to be on the level 1 CTTIE. They got their certificates. Actually got some emails yesterday that they had finished their new course. So it's from the regular ed, special ed, and then our career tech ed too.
I'd like to congratulate each candidate. I know you all are working extremely hard, have worked extremely hard because some of you all have earned it. So couldn't be prouder of you all. And just sitting in my chair, I know the board feels the same way. You make us proud. And we just wanted to let you know that we appreciate you. And I told Ms. Brand, I said, we want to recognize our employees, and we want to let them know that we appreciate the hard work and dedication that you all have shown to Assumption Parish. And I hope that this program will be a model for years to come that more people in our parish who would like to become educators can use. So thank you again. Again, I cannot say enough about how proud we are of you. Thank you.
C, receive information on 2025-2026 student attendance projected numbers for Head Start through 12th grade.
Thank you, Madam President. Just wanted to reiterate that this past year, we lost around 80 students, which on average is about $800,000. So I just wanted to make sure that we keep that in mind as we move forward, and our numbers are reflecting that on our February 1 count. So just, I know Mr. Dower presented that, I want to say 4 weeks ago, during one of our committee meetings, because this information we will have to use in planning moving forward. And we are still on a downward trend as far as student enrollment, and in Assumption Parish, student enrollment helps drive the funding source as it relates to MFP. So I just wanted to make sure we bring that back up.
5, policy and procedure. A, discuss policy requiring employees to submit reimbursement for cancellation of registration/travel expenses prepaid by the district.
Thank you, Madam President. In our policy, we really do not have detailed language about what happens if an employee, a school board member, superintendent, anyone, elects not to go to a specific training or conference. So what we did, in your packet, there is examples. So we reached out to Forethought, and Forethought gave us a few examples. So before we put something in front of the board, I wanted to at least make sure that you all see some examples that other districts are using as it relates to policy, and then we're going to craft our own policy and bring back to you all. But I just wanted to share this as just for information purposes.
Thank you, Dr. B. 6, budget. A, approve Assumption Parish School System Internship Program. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lewis. Second by Mr. Meyer. Discussion?
Thank you, Madam President. I am super excited about this opportunity. We are in the middle of transitioning over to a new accountability system. And within that new accountability system, it requires our students to have internships or apprenticeships. And we're actually going first. So Assumption Parish, I don't know if you all remember, a long time ago, we used to have student workers. Now that they're called internships and apprenticeships, so we're trying to make sure that we match what we have here in Assumption Parish, the jobs, with the opportunities for our children. And also, Ms. Thibodeau has been doing some phenomenal work outside of Assumption Parish, working with our local industry, businesses, to make sure that we find seats for our kids. So, Ms. Thibodeau?
It's exactly what he said. I've been outreaching to different businesses and industries in our community to help build opportunities for our children to have internships paid. They are paid internships that are monitored and supported by our school system. And I had to also solicit meetings with our superintendent and our HR director to try to provide internship opportunities inside our school system for our students, because I think we should also give them the opportunity to work for us, because maybe it would encourage them to continue to work for us. This is just high school seniors that are eligible. We basically have 4 paths in our department that we could provide internship opportunities in. Teaching internships, providing support to teachers, possibly interventions, things like that. We also have maintenance internships that they could work. This summer, we have a lot of moving going on. They could help pack boxes, move, build playground equipment, and different things like that, painting, cleaning. Secretarial internships where they could help the school secretaries here in the central office, receptionist work, fill in spots, and also potentially, eventually with Mr. Dewey, some school food service internships. We wanted our program to cover all areas of the school system so that we could hopefully grow our own in a whole nother capacity. And we have an eligibility criteria. We have to pay these interns. It is a state requirement that we pay these interns. We're projecting $10 an hour because it's difficult to find employees for less than that. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's difficult to get students to even, because they can go babysit for more money than that. So we want it to be advantageous to them and to us. We provide instructional support where a teacher gives them classroom hours on communication skills, financial literacy, workplace performance, ethics, attendance, all those things. And then the teacher also supports the kid and the employer. So they would meet with us to see how the student is doing. They would go do on-the-job site observations, and we, as the employer, would also do job site evaluations. This goes into a class that is a Carnegie unit for them. Their classroom hours and their work hours have to meet the required minutes for a Carnegie unit for it to count as an instructional course for them. We have to provide at least 106.5 work hours per intern, but that is the minimum. So if we need them for 300 hours, we can utilize them as long as we're not taking them out of class. Of course, this is outside of their classroom hours. We would actually like to start and hire some summer interns. I already have 8 students interested. And I didn't say Assumption Parish School Board maintenance internship. I did a outreach and saying, if you would like to be a maintenance worker in the Assumption Parish area. And I already had 8 students in the last week sign up for that. So we do have some potential candidates. We are also working with Ace Hardware this summer and Rouse's to provide them with some summer interns. So we're starting small in the summer and hope to build in the fall and spring to add additional interns. I've met with several businesses, and Dr. Crochet is actually going to go in my place on Friday because I'm going to be out of town with my daughter to present to the Pierrepont Bell River Business Group additional outreach for the internship program. But this one, we want us, the school board, to provide opportunities for our students. Any questions?
I don't have a question, I just have something to say. I think that's absolutely amazing. I remember when we had this in high school, and it kept the kids relating to the high school. You got to go to work after, but it was a portion a lot of people do need to work, but it also gets the experience, and it also gets communication and things like that our students need. So I commend that.
And the benefit of it being an internship is that if we're having an issue with the intern, or any business is having an issue with the intern, they contact the internship instructor. This is the problem we're having, they're late, they're not having good could you work with them on this? So we help build their capacity. It's not just you going to work, figure it out. Like, we're supporting them to build a better workforce. And hopefully, you know, we have a lot of job openings right now, and a lot of times we have difficulty filling them. So by doing this and letting them experience working with us as a senior, they may come back. Even if they go to a technical school or a four-year college and get a bachelor's degree or master's degree, they may come back and want to work for us and service our community.
I think I'm thinking of Chase right now. Chase was one of our workers a long time ago.
As a
Not
student
Chase-
worker, when I was at the high school in the freshman academy, he helped Mr. Mike with maintenance, and now he's been a long-term employee since, so.
Very good work, I might add, too, because I see him a lot in and out around the streets and the businesses. He's very productive.
Yes,
Very good, yeah.
3 of us in this room. Abby was too.
Really?
3 of us in this room that are now in supervisor and director roles were interns in teacher roles a long time ago.
Pay it
Thank you.
off.
We can say I'm alone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jessica. All in favor? Any opposed? B, authorize the superintendent to declare the mentioned property as surplus. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Orso. Second by Mr. Meyer. Do you need any discussion?
This equipment is trucks, old trucks that we had in the maintenance department, and I think Mr. Justin had a couple vehicles in food service. So it's the surplus those.
Perfect.
They're no longer in use. They're no longer in use.
Thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? C, approve addition of registered nurse RN to budget for Bar Lewis Elementary. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Harris. Second by Mr. Myers. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? D, receive information on insurance renewals through A.J. Gallagher Insurance for 2025-2026 fiscal year. Mr. Tommy?
I was off. I was reflecting back. She talked about internships. I did 2 internships with the school board. In seventh grade, I was a janitor at Belrose School for the summertime, so it helped me. And the second internship was I was a school bus driver bringing the kids to Nicholls State when I was in college. So she made me think of my internships.
Thank you, thank you.
I wanted to get started for our newest board member, Ms. Boutin. Welcome aboard. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me at the meeting or after the meeting. It's up to you. But just to give you some history, I've been in the business 41 years. I've been handling the school board's insurance probably for 35. Gallagher is located in Platteville. You're probably familiar. We part of a big group. We the 4th largest agency in the world. The thing I want to bring up, we specialize in a public entity. We do a lot of the local public entity, surrounding areas. And in Louisiana, I like to say we do probably 2/3 of it. What that does for the board, it gives you a lot of expertise in-house that we share amongst ourselves. So we kind of know the market. So that's a big advantage. So happy to be with this company for the school board. Without further information there, let me go on and page 2. I listed out what we do. We layer the property insurance. We still in that respect. Years and years and years ago, we used to be able to get one company to write the whole property schedule. That's gone. You probably see about 20 different name carriers for property. Good news, we didn't lose any coverage. We built onto our program. We got 50 million of wind. We also already, and include the whole 97 million schedule. If there's a claim, 50 million is the max they'll pay out for wind. And we've done some schemes and reports, and we feel that's a good number, because you're not going to have everything hit all in the same year, but it could happen, so I got to tell you that. Bottom line, the way we have it structured, we got 10 million, 15 million, 15 million, 10 million, to a total of 50. And I'm gonna switch over to the next page. That's all the carriers. On the casualty side, we have the same carrier listing. Liberty Mutual is most of it, for the buses, general liability, umbrella. Workers' comp, we have LUBA, and on page 3, cyber crime. All of those are the same carriers. So they've been loyal to y'all, and y'all been loyal to them, and you're gonna see that and reflective in the pricing. Next page. 4, if you ask me what changed from last year to this year, basically one thing. Name storm deductible on expiring was a 5% per building, per location. That's what they would deduct with a $250,000 minimum. This year, we have a program where it's a buyback, where it drops it to 3%, and your minimum is only $5,000. So that's a big feature in this policy. Now, the all other wind, that would be just a tornado. That's still at 100,000 minimum, and that was already at 2%, so that's a lower percentage. So you really don't feel it unless you have a hurricane. And then you're gonna say, we might have saved $1 million by having this buy down, but we don't want to talk about that. Workers' comp, you'll see the modifier change 1.01 to 0.85. That's a good reflection on the history of the claims. You got a credit, and you're gonna see that on the next page. So I don't wanna, I'm gonna go as fast as I can. You can see the property change last year to this year, including your name storm buyback. It's $64,274. I did the arithmetic, less than last year. And that's with that lineup of carriers. The casualty did have an increase, but as I was mentioning to one of the board members, it's a single digit, I think it's 7.9%, which today's day, auto insurance is going through the roof. Y'all reading in the legislature. I mean, it's usual, I'm seeing 12 to 15%, but that's less. The good news is the next item below it, workers' comp, came down from the 180 to the 141, so that wiped out that whole increase. So that's good news. And we pushed them hard we got a claim adjuster reassigned for us. So that helped, and the carrier has been very loyal to y'all. And really, they take it serious when we say, hey, we got to do something different, you know? So, but anyway, from that on down, cyber liability, crime, you could see no changes there. The next page, all three are pretty much the same premiums, 32 to 32, 94 to 98, 24 to 24. You prepaid your pollution last year for 2 years. We got a discount by doing that. So bottom line, last year to this year, I totaled it and came up with, you got a reduction in savings of $96,175 for this year. And when I look back at last year, we had gotten a reduction last year, a little over 100. So over the last 2 years, $203,851. So I'm pleased to bring that to y'all. I hate, over the last few years, I've been bringing some bad news for a lot of people. So that's good news. So I would say this, if y'all have any questions, I can answer them. The last few years, y'all been proceeding and approving to go ahead forward with binding coverage. You don't have to. You could wait till the next meeting if you choose to. That's totally up to you. I recommend you do it because here's why. The prices aren't going to get any better. We just started, hurricane season just started. We don't know what's going to happen between now and July 1st. So you're taking a chance if you wait, only because, hey, if somebody has some big claims, they could come in and, you know how we got 20 different carriers. A couple of those guys might say, oh, no, we can't afford to offer this coverage come July 1. So we'd have to go back to the drawing board. So I recommend you move forward with it if you decide.
Madam President, I'd move that we go forward and take this item right now, information, and go on and make it an action item.
Can you second it?
So have a vote on it.
All in favor to add it to the agenda?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Public comment.
Yes. So at this time, I'll ask for public comment on this item. Okay.
I think you got to ask it 3 times. Huh?
No.
That's what I've been doing.
However many times you would like, public comment?
Not telling you how to do your job. I just.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, so we need to approve the insurance renewals with AJ Gallagher Insurance for the 2025, 2026 fiscal year. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Barris, second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas,
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you, and I'll be rushing Kim to get the applications ready to come. She said, don't promise them that, and I'm gonna be ready tomorrow.
We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Thomas.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for working hard for us, too. I know
Yeah.
that's a lot going on in
It's
the
a
industry
big
business
puzzle that
nowadays.
we put together.
I do recognize
It's a
that.
little bit of the work, I'm not trying to brag.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
We appreciate it.
We started like February,
Yes,
and then get the carry line.
does not go unnoticed.
Come into the fold when it comes to
Thank you. E, authorize the superintendent to purchase equipment and uniforms for 7th and 8th grade middle school sports and auxiliary teams. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Ms. Orso, second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Doc, what color these uniforms gonna be?
I think I saw red and white, right, Mr. Love? Yeah, red and white. Yeah, for the middle school,
7 and 8.
yes.
True Mustang colors.
Yep.
F, receive information on AHS archive scanning of student records to electronic files.
This item is for information on moving forward, purchasing almost like a web-based program to house our records. There's a lot of records in our system that's sitting in vaults, and the vaults are actually overflowing. So this is for information at this time. I just wanted to make sure that we have 3 different quotes here, and we'll make a recommendation to the board next board meeting. I mean, I don't know, Ms. Thibodeau, if you want to speak to it a little bit, because I know this is a lot coming from the high school. This is one of the things that they are requesting of us, but it's for all schools. So, I mean,
So we house all the records in the vault of every graduate, even non-graduates. It is an antiquated system right now because it is all paper. Several things are electronic through J-Campus. But what we would do is have one of these companies archive our vault documents, put them into an electronic format. We would upload them into Laserfish. And in addition, I'm also working with another vendor to be able to provide right now to get copies of transcripts, copies of diplomas. You basically have to come and get a paper copy. Instead of being able to just go on a link, pay a fee, and it gets into you electronically. So this would help clear up the vault space and also provide us with the opportunity to provide electronic documents for people who need copies of their diplomas, for employers who need validation and verification of transcripts and diplomas, and also colleges. So it just gives us, it gets us into, the current times and out of, old school ways. So the vault has been filling up since the fire in the 90s, early 90s, that burned a lot of the documents. So whatever's left in there since the 90s, just think we've been boxing it up ever since. So it's a lot of documents that.
A lot of documents to scan, huh?
A lot of documents to scan, so we need to outsource a company to get it started, and then eventually we'll develop not eventually, once we get it done, we'll have a process to continue with the scanning annually. Maybe it'll be an internship's job. It could be, we could do a lot of things with it, so we need to get it cleaned up and provide space, especially moving 2 additional grade levels to the high school. All the documents will be housed in the vault, so we need to have more room available. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
G, receive information on a tune proposal for 2025-2026 school year.
Thank you, Madam President. Attune has been supporting our district strategic planning from a strategic planning side. So this is just for information. We will receive additional funds. I want to say it's like 50,000 for this service, so it's not going to cost the district anything. But I just wanted to make the board aware that we will be partnering up with this particular company again to help support our strategic planning initiatives. Also, we're going to update our strategic plan because we have a new accountability system. So we need to make sure that our targets are moving towards whatever the State Department is requesting of us. So again, it's no cost to the district, but I wanted to make sure because it is a contract, I want to bring it forward to the board.
Thank you, sir. H, discussion of Lean Frog proposed salary schedule.
This is, last board meeting, we had a presentation by Lean Frog as it relates to the proposed salary schedule, and we did it in committee. So this is an opportunity right now. I know that the Ms. Chastity, the lady from Lean Frog who presented it, she's not here, but I want to make myself and Ms. Brandy and Mr. Darrow available if there were any follow-up questions from the board or from the community.
Okay.
So, and obviously, you all can contact us. I know some of the board members have already contacted us and asked questions. So if anyone have any further questions, please let us know. Myself and Mr. Darrow, Ms. Brandy would definitely answer those questions for you. And I hope to bring this forward at the next board meeting for approval. I think when we look at our salaries, we need to be more competitive across the board. I am concerned that we lost $800,000 this past year, and it has been a trend over the course of the last 10 years. Losing that kind of money would definitely impact our bottom line. Also, with the consolidation, we just don't know moving forward where we're going to fall as far as our students are concerned. And if we pay attention to the trends, we definitely need to make sure we account for that. Also, I think it's important for us to realize that when we did the consolidation and we talk about adding more employees, administrators into the schools, we only consolidated 7th and 8th grade. So when those are the grade levels in which we combine, so that's where the resources would come from or go to because we combine in that area. I know that we want to give more to our K-6 schools, but those schools didn't combine. So we don't have additional funds to say, okay, we can go and add all these different positions at the K-6 schools because we didn't combine those. We did combine at 7th and 8th. Which we wanted to make sure that we provide the resources there because that's the areas, those are the grade levels we combine. So it's just for food for thought. This is a big decision. I know Mr. Darrow has scrubbed the budget and we were able to find $1.8 million for next year. And this particular raise will cost the district increase, I shouldn't say raise, pay increases will cost the district 1.4. And that is every year 1.4. This is not a one-time thing. And also I want our employees to know as well as community, everyone may get a different increase because it depends on how close you are as it relates to the market and to the average. So if I'm already at the top level and getting paid as far as my pay is concerned as a teacher, then your raise might be a little bit lower than someone who is a first-year teacher where our gap is over $5,000 to $7,000. So it will fluctuate, but this study presented that to us and said, hey, it depends on where you are in your pay as it relates to how much you would get as far as an increase. And that's compared to our peers, our neighboring parishes, as well as the market in some areas. So it's a lot to digest. It's needed. So, but also we need to think in long term, we don't want to put the system in a situation where we'll be faced with having a RIF or cut in 2 to 3 years. So, and we have internal controls. That's why it's extremely important. And I have been pushing back on some principles like, wait a minute, we can't just start putting these positions in the schools because we have internal controls that have prevented us from having to RIF. Also, we have a process as it relates to a need. I know sometimes people think, oh, every school should get this. Well, equal is not good when we're trying to staff schools because when we look at kids, every kid is not equal. So some schools will require more support depending on the population of students or even the number of students in that building versus other schools, and vice versa. So we look at our schools the same way. Every school, in my opinion, shouldn't be staffed the same because the need may be different. So we just have to look at it from a different lens, and it has kept us out of trouble, and I would hate to, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I would hate to come back in 2 years, 3 years from now and say, oh, we need to RIF as a result because we went too much into putting resources into the schools. So it's just food for thought. My office is, anybody, any employee, community member, the board, anybody would like to call, schedule an appointment, myself, Ms. Brandy, and Mr. Dow is available.
So, normally, we would get that, student count, a preliminary student count on October the 1st. However, that should give us some kind of indicator of what's going to trend toward February 1st, which is with, that count there would give us our definitive count as far as our MFP dollars. So we'll get a preliminary account on that October 1st, this coming school year there. And we should see where we go from there. But our MFP dollars is factored on that February 1st count. Following year, yeah.
So will we have any kind of table as far as what the salary is going to be per year before we vote on it?
So going forward, I'm not sure what the question is on
Well,
that, Ms.
as
Barris.
far as, it's posted on the website as salary schedules, will we have an actual schedule with a table as year one is this, year two is this?
If we would move forward with that proposal, we would have to come up with some sort of schedule like that. But at this time, I don't know where we stand with the proposal moving forward, whether you all look to approve that particular version or any version whatsoever.
I will forward you the information, well, all the board members, the information that we received from Lean Frog. We can give Ms. Brandy, we can give that document of the new proposed salary schedule, where we have, right now, I think the proposal was to start our teachers off at 48.9, if I'm not mistaken. And so I can get that information, then you could kind of see what each year, what it would look like. And then we also
Right.
send the old salary schedule so you can see the comparison.
That's what I would like
Yep,
to see.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We have that. Yeah. Now, it will look a little different because we're going to remove some salary schedules because it's going to be indexed. So you're not going to see it like right now, we have a salary schedule for principals, we have a salary schedule for supervisors, we have a salary schedule for directors. Well, they're going to be indexed off of the teacher scale. So you're going to see maybe director, 15% more than a teacher. Supervisor, 12% more than a teacher. So you're not going to see a full scale, but you can kind of see, once you go back and look at the teacher scale, how much they will be making, which is be 15% more.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about our administrators now? They'll keep their salaries as is.
I think that's all depending, correct?
You want to come up and ask?
The document that Dr. B is referencing, she does have a chart of a scale for each of those. So I can pull that out because there's a lot of tabs. So we can put that in one document for you to be able to see. No administrator that is currently at the same job class will move any less than, because we can't pay them less than what they are
Right,
now.
right.
So they would stay at least where they are, depending on where they are and the number of years, like Dr. B said, and you referenced it one of your previous times speaking. Some increases may be different than others, but no one will be less than where they're currently at.
Okay.
I think the range is anywhere from 1% to 13%. It depends on where you are. And obviously, the 13% is going to be your first year teachers, because we have such a huge gap from, I think we start off at like 43.7, and our surrounding areas are like at 48 to 50 to 52. So that's going to be I guess the largest jump. But everybody else, you should see something, so. But everybody will get an increase. Everybody will get an increase.
I do want to say thank you to you as well as Ms. Brandy and you, sir, because y'all sat down with me, explained a lot. It's a lot of information, so it's not just, sit down, discuss it for 5 minutes. You really have to take it all in and understand each piece. So I do appreciate your team for doing what y'all doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to 7, facilities and grounds. A, approve resurfacing project for Belrose Primary School Head Start Playground. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lewis, second by Mr. Washington. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 8, comments and announcements from board members or administration.
Yes, so I have a couple of announcements here, comments too. First of all, to you individuals who are in the Grow Your Own program, look, let me tell you something. That's a growing need. I'm talking, you could look across all 70-something districts across the state of Louisiana, from all the way up north to Tensas Parish to Plaquemine Parish, where Dr. B is from. You're gonna see there are needs. You know, people here, the school district, they need everybody in the school system, because it takes all of you to make it work. But it really takes you guys who are pretty going up there, want to be teachers and want to go into the classroom and stuff like that. And you know, let me tell you, my favorite person in the school system growing up as a kid, the elementary, was the cafeteria folks. They kept me fed, you know, I'm telling you. But look, I got you, brother. Hey, look, I did it for you. But anyway, look, thank you all very much. What you do is a growing need, I'm telling you. Like I say, you can look everywhere, out, all the way up and down the interstates, all the way going west of Texas, north to Shreveport, east of Biloxi, Mississippi, and you could see this need here, that need there, that need there. And it's all for school system, because like in here, in Assumption, just like other school districts, we are the largest employer in the parish. Therefore, you're going to see, you know, people are very transient, you know, they move about and stuff like that. For whatever reason, that's okay. But again, thank you all for your contribution. Thank you for your insight, wanting to come back and, just like Dr. B said, want to bring something back to Assumption Parish. So again, thank you all very much. Second of these comment, Madam President, we have an early childhood day starting on Tuesday, June 17th this year from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Ms. Rachel Dugar, our Ready Start, Head Start Network, is kind of sponsoring that, spearheading. It's going to be across the street over at the community center. And it really is for all of our parents in the district, in the parish and stuff like that, with kids birth through 5. And there's going to be a lot of programs going on, stuff like balloon twisting, face painting. And I attended a couple of these. They're really the pony rides, bounce houses, and much, much more, and stuff like that. So please feel free to, if you got any family members who got kids during that age, ran up to 5, don't hesitate to bring them. You know, it's gonna be nice, right, Miss Rachel?
Absolutely, and free. Everything's free.
That's the best part.
I do have, are you?
No, thank you very much, Madam
You're
President.
very welcome. I do have something that I'd like to say. Ms. Sadie Phelps and I had a discussion, and she would like me to say a few words. A heartfelt thank you to CF Industries for their generous support in helping revitalize the Assumption High School Ag Department's greenhouse. A special thanks to Ms. Sadie, Dr. Crochet, our maintenance director, our retired ag teacher, and Mr. Felix Landry for collaboration and dedication. This project began with Mr. Crochet identifying the need and CF stepping up to make it happen. Thanks to Ms. Jackie McCreary and her team, work is underway, and we're excited to see the greenhouse operational for the 2025-2026 school year. This effort showcases the power of teamwork and community support in enhancing educational opportunities. Thank you to CF Industries and everybody involved.
Awesome.
Any other announcements? No? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Washington, second by